Hey everybody, it's Jen,
And Chelsea.
and we are Confidence Doctors. We wanted to make a video to help you ladies and guys with recruiting. So today's topic is recruiting, and I'm going to start by giving you guys some helpful tools and resources to use, as well as some overall insight. And then Chelsea, who is like the queen of recruiting, self-proclaimed, will give you some more information on how to approach people, what to say, and really how to go about it. So there are a couple different tools out there, and I think a lot of us use Facebook a lot, so I think we're going to focus mainly on Facebook and in-person or over-the-phone recruiting. So what you want to do is you want to increase your network and grow your network as much as you can. So try to friend at least, set a goal for yourself, 5, 10, 30, however aggressive you want to be about it. Friend that many people every day. Make sure that you are trying to find people that you have mutual friends with. So there are a few different things I've done. There's a Facebook graph search. So that's basically the search bar in Facebook. If you were going to search for someone like Chelsea, you put in her name and it shows Chelsea. You can actually also search for people by what they like or who they are or where they live. So you could put people from Gettysburg. People who are not my friends that like makeup, people who work at salons, anything. There's so many possibilities. And then you're going to want to try to start with people that you have mutual friends with because they're more willing to accept your friend request. You do want to, there's different ways to go about it. You could send them a request and message them and just say, hey, I sent you a friend request. I'm always looking to grow my network and meet new people. You know, I hope that you accept. You definitely don't want to just add friend all day long. That's definitely not the way to build a relationship. And what you want to make sure you're doing is building that relationship. One other tool before I kick it over to Chelsea that I want to tell you guys about is the lists on Facebook. So let's say there's lists that you can make from your friends. So you can put your friends into different groups. So let's say that I go out to Emily on today. And I say, hey, Emily, I'm sending you a friend request, blah, blah, blah. And she accepts it and says thanks or whatnot. Maybe I add her to a list called potential recruits. And then I know that I need to follow up with everyone in that list until I move them out of the list into the next list, which might be kind of interested, follow up again, or not interested, might want to host a party. You always want to lead with the opportunity. But I think that it's helpful to stay organized, whether you're using Facebook lists or writing it down somewhere. You absolutely have to keep track because follow-up is important. So I know, Chelsea, you wanted to add a little bit about how to approach people.
Yeah, so how I approach somebody is I am completely 100% myself. I know there's a lot of scripts out there, but you kind of really want to portray yourself and your personality. So I might look at somebody's Facebook page and see that they've been on vacation. And I'll say, hey girl, I saw you were at vacation at Ocean City. Like, how was that? The pictures look awesome. And you wait for them to respond. Now, sometimes you will not get people to respond to you, and that's just part of your business. But those that do might start a conversation with you. And they'll kind of ask you, a lot of times they'll ask you how you've been. And that is a great way to kind of say, oh, you know, I've had a great summer. I just started with this new direct sales company, and have you heard of it? And that really opens the door to conversation about your business. So that's kind of how I lead into it. I don't spam people with information about the company. I don't send them my link. I really focus on building a relationship I might have had in the past with somebody that I haven't really been keeping up with. You want to open all the doors of possibilities for anybody that you have been friends with in the past. So that's kind of how I recruit somebody without actually recruiting them. What also is important is if they show any interest in the company whatsoever, you want to follow up with them in 3 days. If they still don't take any action, you follow up with them in 3 weeks, and then again in 3 months if they're not taking action. If they're not taking action in 3 months, you can put them in another list that you might follow up with them in a year or 6 months.
Yeah, I think everyone's life changes around every 6 months, so they might not be ready to leap yet, but maybe 6 months down the road they are.
Things might change.
Yeah, and I think too, to your point, like if they come back and they say, you know, I'm really interested, you know, do you have information? it might not be a bad idea to have some type of video that you have made about the opportunity that you can just send to them.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
yeah. And it's important that, like, if I send the video to Chelsea, I say, so here, Chelsea, go check out my video. It has, all the information I think you need to know. And then follow up with a question like, when do you think you'll be able to watch this?
Yeah, that's really important, is not having closed-ended questions. Closed-ended questions are ones that you can answer with a yes or a no. So I might send Jen, like, my link and for my opportunity video. And then the next day I'll say, what did you like most about what I sent you? Instead of, did you like the video that I sent you? Asking her what she likes about it, she's going to give me feedback. So that opens up more conversation instead of a closed yes or no answer.
Yeah, and that's very important. I think if you take all of the things we just said and make your own approach and organized system to it, you're going to take off in recruiting. There are a few things that so like Chelsea said, part of the business is getting no's. That's going to happen. But there are a few questions that people might ask you, or reasons they might have that they're not quite ready to jump yet. So Chelsea and I are going to kind of go through those and how you might be able to answer them. You might come up with your own answers too. It's kind of going to be person by person, but for example, Chelsea, that looks really interesting, but I don't really have time.
Well, we're all busy in life. I am a full-time nurse, and I hardly have any hours in the day. What's great about this business is you can work as little or as much as you want. You fit it into your lifetime on your breaks. It's all basically on social media, so you make time for what you want.
Well, that's great. I think I could fit that into my schedule, but I really don't have $99 to put towards anything right now. I mean, the whole reason I'd want to join is to pay my bills, and so I don't have money for that.
Yeah, that's also a big concern. I can see, and $99 is a chunk of money. But I will tell you that I personally gained that back in my first online party, at my launch party with my business. Also, what you can do is you can set aside $5 here and there every week until you reach $100 and then sign up. Do you have anything else to add about that?
Yeah, I think just pointing out that maybe they have books or something laying around that just, you can kind of gauge how serious they are. Because if you say, well, you sound like you're really interested and that you believe that this opportunity could lead you towards financial freedom, but just like any company or anything, if you were to start your own business of any kind, it does involve a little tiny risk, and this is a very small risk for the reward that you could get. So
Right.
That's something you could say as well.
You find money for what you want to pursue in life. So if you really need that $100, you can sell something that you had laying around the house, or you can have a yard sale and use your commission from your money you brought in from the yard sale to buy the presenter kit and maybe change your life.
Yeah. Yep. So one other question I think that comes up a lot, or question, or I don't know what word I'm looking for here.
Anyway.
Feedback from someone that they might be teetering on the fence. That sounds great and all, but I don't wear makeup.
Oh, but that's okay. I can see how that might be a concern of yours, since this business in particular is all about selling makeup. But I will tell you that 4 out of 5 women do wear makeup. So even if you are not a heavy makeup wearer, maybe you wear eyeliner. Work on changing your eyeliner to unique, or whatever direct sales business you're in, and then maybe you'll really like the products and you'll be able to sell those products just because you're a fan of the company and the values. You could focus just on the values of the company and try and promote that. You don't have to wear makeup to sell.
Absolutely. And one thing we don't really do, so that's another one actually, is I'm not a salesperson.
Yeah.
So we
Great.
aren't. Good. Neither am I.
We seriously share the makeup and how much we love this product.
And the company.
You share everything with your friends all day, every day. You stop at Starbucks. Oh my gosh, I love this caramel macchiato. And then everybody else wants a caramel macchiato because you made it sound good.
But you're not making any money from Starbucks is making the money. So
right.
The difference here is you're sharing what you're wearing and
You have
you're
the potential
making
to make
commission off of it. Yep.
All right.
I mean, win-win. Okay, so I think to summarize it, you want to be personable. You want to be you want to build, positive. Build the relationship. Have responses ready for things that people might say back, and make sure you're always asking open-ended questions. One more point I think I want to make is don't vomit on someone. Don't word vomit, I think it's called. Don't vomit on anyone, ever. But don't word vomit when you're recruiting. Give them the information. Ask them an open-ended question.
And then wait for their response. Yep.
Or follow up in 3 days.
The key is in the follow-up. Key is in the follow-up. If you're not following up with people, they're not going to respond to you because they forget about it.
Yep.
So it's your job to remember and your job to follow up. So thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Good luck.